Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming. We're nervous to have you, but we're excited to have you too. We're used to being just in front of the students, so it's different for us to speak in such a big crowd, but we're really happy to have you. So thank you for all coming. I'm Ashley Rawls, the Radiography Program Director. This is Casey Hansen, the program's Clinical Coordinator. And joining us today are members of the LCCC Board of Trustees. If you would please stand. Thank you. We also have members of President's Cabinet, so if you wouldn't mind standing as well. Thank you. You can find the names of the trustees and cabinet members in the program. Also joining us today is the past president of the Wyoming Society of Radiologic Technologists, Caitlin Parks. Oh, God, did it? And now I would like to invite LCCC's president, Dr. Joe Schaefer, to the podium for opening remarks.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here on one of our most fantastic days leading into a fantastic weekend where we get to celebrate the commencement of all of our graduates here at LCCC. And so we look forward to this day, probably not as much as the students and the graduates do, but pretty close. We know that it's the culmination of a lot of hard work and effort by so many individuals. And we know programs like our radiography program is incredibly challenging at times, even with the wonderful tutelage and guidance of our director and clinical coordinator. But we know the work that these students put into it. And so to the graduates of the class of 2024, I do want to say congratulations and well done on getting here. I also want to thank the family and friends that are here supporting your graduates. As I've shared today a couple of times, one of the things we know about our students is their journey and their path to a college degree is often unique and can at times feel very, very isolating. But along their path and their journey, there's always people that help them get through that next little hump, that next little hill. And we know that family and friends make such a difference in whether or not our students succeed. And so the fact that you're here recognizing them today is just another testament to that contribution that you've made. So thank you, family and friends, for what you have done. I'm fond of sharing my favorable like of healthcare in the School of Health Sciences and Wellness. Today, it's about 1 out of every 3 students that comes to LCCC is seeking a career in healthcare education. And I think we actually offer probably one of the strongest portfolios of programs. And so as I get to travel and be around or happen to be somewhere for some type of healthcare, I oftentimes ask the clinicians and the folks that are working on me where they got their education. And I'm surprised from all the way down to Colorado Springs to northern Wyoming, you will hear LCCC. So I know we're having an impact. For the graduates, of course, that means there's great opportunity for you as you go out and think about your career beyond education. So wherever you land, we hope you land close and would love to see you in Wyoming, but wherever you land, we want you to do us proud, and we know you will. So congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Schaefer. Because Casey and I instruct all of the didactic classes in the radiography curriculum, we get to know your students pretty well over the last 2 years. It's been our privilege to work with this class. It's gratifying to see them walk in the door knowing very little about radiography to being fully functioning technologists. They have been a joy to work with. They have worked hard, supported each other, and have kept a sense of humor throughout. We're always laughing, it seems like.
Can do like a swap
I don't know.
We did not rehearse, so I apologize.
We should do-si-do next time.
Okay, be prepared. So we want to thank each of you for all the support that you have provided for these students during the program. These students are successful because of your help studying for exams, making dinner and snacks, paying for gas, being their practice patients, or maybe just somebody to listen to. This is an important day to them, not only to celebrate their many accomplishments, but to also recognize the special contributions that you have made during their journey. The class of 2024 started as new radiography students in August of 2022. Special recognition goes to our class representatives, Sam Gerstenberger and Kaya Jolly. They have helped spearhead the club's fundraising events and then also assisted with governance throughout the program.
There are 12 graduates in the class of 2024. To give you some idea of what they have been doing for the last 2 years and why your support has been so important, here are some class stats. You may be surprised to find that each student of the class of 2024 has completed over 450 classroom hours and 150 lab hours. They've logged over 1,100 clinical hours each, rotating through 8 to 9 different clinical sites. They've performed over 75 clinical competencies on patients, and through all of this, they have accumulated a cohort average of a 3.6 GPA at their time during the LCCC.
So while in the program, they've helped raise almost $7,000. These graduates were able to donate $4,000 to the Curie Fund, which is an endowed fund through CRMC that uses 100% of those donations towards cancer patients for things such as specialized soaps, wigs, transportation, lodging. And thanks to their efforts, the club has donated over $39,000 to this fund since 2010. And then $2,000 was also donated to the CRMC Foundation for the purchase of chemotherapy vests. The club has also supported our professional organization, the Wyoming Society of Radiologic Technologists. So not only do they need to know anatomy and physics, but the other hard part is all the acronyms for our field. By donating $250 to the Sandbrooks internship, so this allows members to shadow a board member or shadow a committee member and just learn more about our profession. And then they also were able to donate $200 to the same WSRT speaker fund to bring in speakers for our annual conference, which has totaled about $1,600 since 2016. Outside of that, the graduates have also participated in Pathways Days, STEM Days, open houses, student forums. During these events, they've had opportunities to talk about the program, to talk about the profession, to incoming students, prospective students, community members, and then they've also held multiple food drives for our LCCC food pantry.
At graduation, you may note that some students will be wearing gold stoles and/or green and maroon cords. These represent Lambda Nu, the National Honor Society of Radiologic Sciences. To be eligible, students must apply, have a GPA in didactic coursework with a minimum of 3.0 in the radiography curriculum, and must make some contribution or participate in the profession beyond the normal classwork. These students are members of the Wyoming Alpha chapter of Lambda Nu here at LCCC.
So while in the program, these students have had an opportunity to network with professionals and other students, both in Wyoming and nationally at a variety of conferences. First one is that WSRT, our state society. In 2023, the students were able to attend the conference in Lander. Tori Holmquist's team placed first during the Student Bowl Challenge. And then Amber Soder was the society's first ever Sandbrooks intern. And then true to our profession, the theme was superheroes last year, as you guys can see in some of these pictures in our slideshow. We also have the ASSERT, the Association of Collegiate Educators in Radiologic Technology. Nailed it this time. In 23 and 24, we had the opportunity to travel to Las Vegas, which is our annual radiography educational conference. The students got to attend several presentations, network with textbook authors, meet other students in the radiography field. And then in 2023, Tori placed in the top 6% in our student challenge, outranking 382 other competitors. And then finally, the ASRT, the American Society of Radiologic Technologists. This is our national society. Kinsey Reed has been selected to represent both LCCC and Wyoming in the Student Leadership Development Program. And she gets an all-expense paid trip to Orlando this June, where she'll get an opportunity to learn more about our profession, governance, and then leadership development.
And one of our most proud bragging points, all of these graduates have gained employment as an RT or are continuing their education in advanced modality certification. Let's give them all a hand. We'd like to invite the past president, Caitlin, to speak about available WSRT membership opportunities.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me. Like they introduced me, my name's Caitlin. I am a technologist in Laramie, Wyoming. That's how I've gotten to know many of the graduates that we're celebrating today. But I'm also happy to be here representing the Wyoming Society of Radiologic Technologists, or WSRT, as I'm going to call it from now. The Society and I would like to extend a huge congratulations to the class of 2024. I know it wasn't always easy, but you've more than survived the last 2 years. You've passed the semesters with flying colors, already have jobs lined up, and have made personal and professional connections that you're never going to forget. I know many of you are focusing much more on the acronym ARRT at this time, but I can assure you that WSRT is one you're going to want to have in your back pocket after you ace the registries. Becoming registered is something that you're going to want to be really proud of and want to protect. And I'm going to go a little bit off script here because I'm trying to recruit you to the WSRT because I think it's important, and I'm going to tell you why. Almost a year ago, I was up in the OR, and I was getting ready to do a cysto, and the scrub tech came up to me, and they said, hey, we ran out of contrast in our storage room. Can you run down to radiology and get some? So I thought, oh yeah, I have time to do that before the surgery starts. I'll run down, I'll come right back up. I was gone maybe 2 minutes, came back up, and when I was gone, the surgeon had came in the room, and before he had even got his gloves and gown on, he had asked for an x-ray. And I wasn't there. And the scrub tech thought, the surgeon, when he wants something done, you got to get it done, right? That's how it is in the OR. So he thought, oh, I'm going to try to figure out how to run this x-ray equipment. So luckily I wasn't gone long. I walk in the door and he's like, oh, I don't know how to do it. Take the picture. So I hurry up, got lined up, took the x-ray, and it was fine. But as I was leaving the surgery that day, I thought, I'm really glad that I was there for patient safety, obviously, protecting my profession. And I thought, what would have happened if maybe I was gone for a little bit longer? Would the scrub tech have taken the picture? Would someone else in the room try to take the picture? And that got me thinking to another situation where about a year ago, a law was introduced to the state of Wyoming to allow anesthesiology assistants to take and order x-rays and MRIs. So in the field, we call that encroachment, someone coming in trying to kind of take over another profession. And so hypothetically, if I wouldn't have been able to make it back to the OR and the anesthesiology assistant was able to take the x-rays, maybe they would have. And then maybe they would have thought, oh, they can just do this all the time. They're just watching the patient sleep. They don't have anything else to do. They can just take the x-rays while they're up there. And then, it might sound dramatic, but we're losing. So we are allowing other people to do our job. That's why the WSRT is important, because they're your voice, making sure that those laws don't pass, that people are following the rules. So that's why I encourage you all to become members. And if that isn't enough to encourage you, we also offer a few other things. So every year we hold our annual conference, which many of you were able to attend as students. When you guys pass your registries, you're not done. You have to continue learning. So go to those conferences, network, learn about the new technologies, meet um, or reconnect with your classmates that you're going to maybe not see every day anymore. We also offer scholarships that you can apply for if you guys are continuing on to get your bachelor's, or maybe you're training in another modality and you need help with that education coursework. Apply to those scholarships. You know, they're there to help you guys. I know that you might be thinking, okay, well, what's this going to cost me? Well, the WSRT is $60 for 2 years. It's only, think about it, $3 a month. And also, as a gift, we are giving all 2024 graduates free membership for 1 year to the WSRT. So I have information for all of you guys on how to redeem those memberships. And finally, I just want to say each of you guys bring something very special and different to the table. And I cannot wait to work beside you as radiologic technologists. So congratulations.
Thanks, Caitlin. We have had each graduate record a message for this ceremony. We will view each graduate's clip, then they'll come up and have the person come up that's pinning them to the front of the room. So Amber, you're gonna wanna listen. No, there's a blue X here for you graduates, and then the people or person that's pinning you, we have a photographer right here that would like to take your picture while that's happening. So just kind of be aware of that direction there, okay? So when your name is called, we'll watch your video and then you'll come up and then we'll have you get pinned, okay? So we will, are we good over there? Yeah, we're gonna start with Amber Soder, who is being pinned by her parents, Lori and Bernie.
Hi, my name is Amber Soder. I am from Cheyenne, Wyoming. After graduation, I have accepted a full-time position with the Medical Center of the Rockies in Loveland, Colorado, where I will be working as a radiologic technologist within the operating rooms. I'm very excited for this opportunity and the chance to grow in both my personal and professional skill sets. Fun fact about me, growing up, I was a member of my local 4-H and FFA programs, and I showed livestock. I showed pigs, horses, I think a duck, turkeys. Some of my favorite memories are with my dad, whether it was in the barn or the show ring. Memorable experiences with program, I think one being this past year at the ACERT conference in Las Vegas and just getting to walk the strip with Tori and then watching the dancing waters at the Bellagio and just having fun. Second one being awarded the Sam Brooks Internship Scholarship through the WSRT, the Wyoming Society of Radiologic Technologists, and getting to actively participate with the board and learning the roles that each board member plays in advocating for our profession within the state of Wyoming. People I'd like to thank, first and foremost, my mom and dad. They have been the best people to have in my corner throughout all of this. I like to think that I am the woman that I am today because of the parents that I have, and they've always supported me and loved me unconditionally, no matter what I embark on. And for that, I'm so thankful, and I love you guys with all my heart. Secondly, Tori Holmquist, she has been the greatest gift out of this program. Her friendship is amazing, and I am so thankful for her, and I can't wait to see where she goes with her career and both of us getting to share with each other as we grow in this profession. Lastly, Ashley and Casey, it has truly been an honor to be educated by such strong women. And I'm just grateful for them and the confidence they've installed in me that I can go into this profession and be the best version of myself every day for my doctors and my patients. And for that, I'm truly grateful. So best of luck to everybody in the coming years, and I'm excited to see where everyone goes.
Next up, we have LaDana Decker, and she will be pinned by her parents, Damon and Nadine.
My name is LaDana Decker. I was born and raised in Gillette, Wyoming. I have lived in Cheyenne for 6.5 years and moved here right after graduation. I plan to, after graduation, in 23 days, I accepted a job at Cheyenne Regional Medical Center for a radiologist technologist position, assuming that I pass my test. I have worked there for 3 years. I also plan eventually to have a different modality under my belt. I just finished my MRI rotation, and that was fun. I could see me being an MRI. I also eventually want to get my bachelor's in healthcare administration. I probably won't do it right out of school because I would like a little break, but I do plan on doing both of those. I don't have a lot of fun facts about me. I talk a lot, and Tina Fey was born on my birthday. So, I have a lot of different memorable experiences throughout the last 2 years, so I can't just pick one. But I will say that all of my classmates have been wonderful, and I have made really good friends throughout this experience that have made everything so much better. And we had a lot of fun on all of the trips that we went on, like Vegas. Even though this year I was very sick, I was super happy to be with everybody, and we had a really good time. I would like to thank my teachers. I will say it again and again. Ashley and Casey were born to be teachers, and I am super grateful that I got lucky enough to have them as mine. I would like to thank my friends and everybody who has been there for me the last 2 years and went through this program with me. And I would like to thank my parents. Thank you for always pushing me to do things that I don't ever think I can do, and being there for me every time that I call you and cry. And just thank you, everybody who has been a part of this experience in the last 2 years.
Hi.
Next up, we have Madison Fields. She's being pinned by her sister, Kinsey.
And
I plan to work at Powell Valley Healthcare.
And just thank you, everybody who has been a part of this experience in the last 2 years.
Hi, my name is Maddie. I'm from Powell, Wyoming. I plan to work at Powell Valley Healthcare, where I'll get cross-trained in CT and mammo. Fun fact about me is before I started the program, I actually played college basketball at Northwest College. And one of the most memorable experiences in the program is when I got a flat tire, headed to clinical in Fort Collins, and Ashley had to come save me. And I would like to thank Casey and Ashley, my parents, my sister, Zach, my classmates, and my friends for just being my big support system and believing in me and helping me get through the program.
Next up, we have Sam Gerstenberger. She will be pinned by her mom, Angie, and stepdad, Sean. And then she'd also like to recognize her dad, John, and then stepmom, Lisa.
Hi, I'm Sam Gerstenberger. I'm from Moline, Iowa, but I've lived here in Cheyenne for 3 years. After graduation, I plan to get my advanced modality certification in CT here in Cheyenne at CRMC, where I will have a job to float between diagnostic X-ray and CT, and then eventually look into being a traveling technologist. A little known fact about me is that I'm an avid volunteer here in Cheyenne. I volunteer at the Cheyenne Little Theater Players whenever I can. I help with fundraisers and raffles with businesses and nonprofits whenever I can, as well as volunteer with the Old West holiday and Christmas events near Christmas time. When it comes to memorable experiences in this program, I have a lot. I could list off hours of experiences in and out of the classroom and clinical settings, but I wrote a little list. So I think some of the most memorable experiences I have are learning from amazing people and being able to grow from their advice and friendships these past 2 years. Going to Vegas with my whole cohort and some close friends. Riding in some pretty upbeat Ubers with some interesting people. Going to sing karaoke, play pool, and darts with my girls on the weekend. And seeing different exams and different modalities that I've never thought I would see in my life. Experiencing my very first trauma, and initially making lifelong friends that I would definitely consider my family. I also wrote a list of people who I'd like to thank. I was going to say something cheesy, like I want to thank my arms for always being by my side, or my legs for always keeping me standing tall, but in all seriousness, I'd like to first thank Ashley and Casey for always being there for all of us and shaping us into the people we are now. I also want to thank my close family and friends from back home, always believing in me when sometimes I thought the opposite. Lastly, I want to thank my whole cohort. Thanks for sticking together these past 2 years. It's been a blessing to be with you for these years. Thank you to my close friends and my girls for always having my back and making me become a more confident person and a better tech. I love you all with all of my heart. You are my second family. I can't wait to see where you all go, and I am so extremely proud of you.
Next, we have Vada Grizel. She's getting pinned by her parents, Lavon and David.
My name is Vada Grizel, and more recently I'd like to say that I'm from Cheyenne, Wyoming, but I also spent about 12 or 13 years up in Marquette, Michigan. So I'd like to claim that I'm from both Marquette and Cheyenne. After graduation, I plan to work at Cheyenne Regional as a technologist, but eventually I'd like to go back to school to get another modality and or my bachelor's degree. I guess we'll just see what time brings. A little fun fact about me is that I share a birthday with Howie Mandel. And I think that some of the most memorable experiences in this program, for me at least, was just building the friendships that I did with some of my classmates and experiencing some of my first with them, like going to Vegas for the first time. I'll never forget that time. I'll never forget the time that some of my classmates and I were walking down Fremont Street, and we stopped to take a picture with a giant gorilla. Then started dancing in the middle of our pictures. So we got some live pictures of us dancing with the giant gorilla on Fremont Street. That was just a fun time, and they're great pictures to look back at. First of all, I'd like to thank all of my friends and family for all their support and encouragement the last 2 years. I'd also like to thank all of my clinical supervisors and the other staff that took their time to really explain and teach me. And last but not least, I can't forget to personally thank both Ashley and Casey for not only giving me the opportunity to become a rad tech, but also for all their dedication to teaching this program. I truly don't know if I would have made it without any of these mentors. So yeah, just thank you guys.
Next is Alexis Harper. She'll be pinned by her husband Jordan and her mom Jerry.
Hi, my name is Alexis Harper, and I am from Highlands Ranch, Colorado. After graduation, I plan on moving to Missouri and beginning my career in radiography at Mercy Hospital. A little fun fact about me is that I once moved to Greece and lived there for 3 months doing sea turtle conservation. One of my most memorable times from the program is just getting to meet all the amazing people within the radiography field and really soaking in everything that they had to teach me. I would like to start by thanking Ashley and Casey. I am so grateful that you two were the ones guiding me through this journey. You both taught me things that I will carry with me forever, and I will miss you both so much. Next, I would like to thank my amazing husband, Jordan. Without your love and support, especially on those hard days, I don't know that I would have made it through this without you. I would also like to thank my parents. You both taught me that it is never too late to chase my dreams. You taught me to work hard and never give up, and there will never be enough words for me to tell you how much I appreciate and love you both. Next, I would like to thank Sherry and Dale. You two have put up with all the highs and lows over the last 2 years, and I truly appreciate everything you both have done for me. Lastly, I would like to thank Roxy and Christina. I am so happy that the program brought us together, and it wouldn't have been the same without our funny group chats, our dinner tradition after every final, and all of our inside jokes. And to all of my classmates, I am so proud of all of you and can't wait to see where life takes you guys. I know you're all going to do amazing things. Congratulations.
Next, we have Christina Herman, who is getting pinned by her parents, Hans and Janan.
Hi, my name is Christina Herman, and I am from the beautiful small town of Sharon, Wyoming. Following graduation, I aim on getting a job in Cheyenne, working in X-ray before venturing into different modalities and advancing further into the medical field. A fun fact about me is that I've been to 7 different countries within Europe. This program has been an incredible and transformative journey. I have met and connected with some of the most hardworking people within my cohort. For me, the most memorable experiences of the program were spending time with my classmates, both in the classroom and outside of it. Getting to know so many diverse personalities has been a real privilege and allowed me to expand my knowledge. I would like to thank first and foremost Ashley and Casey for their unwavering guidance in allowing me to ask them ridiculous questions, and for their relentless encouragement towards my achievements. My sincere appreciation goes to my mom and dad for encouraging me throughout this program and loving me unconditionally. To my sister Juliana for her unwavering support, then to my brother Harrison for being my rock while down here in Cheyenne and not questioning my incredibly early bedtime. And to my cat Louie for providing me emotional support and listening to me for hours without end. I'm grateful to my colleagues at the Ludden Library for the meaningful relationships formed and their amazing support, as well as to all my classmates for their collective encouragement. Lastly, I'd like to express my gratitude to my friends, both near and far, for standing by me and their understanding during this busy period. Special thanks to Alexis and Roxy for their exceptional support, and to my best friend Bryn, your support means the world to me. Thank you.
Next, we have Tori Holmquist. She will be pinned by her husband Seth, and then kids Luke and Heidi.
Hi, my name is Tori Holmquist. I'm from Laramie, Wyoming. After graduation, I will work full-time as a rad tech at Premier Bone and Joint in Laramie. My favorite memory from the program would be the barium buffet that we did, getting to sample all the contrast and watch all my classmates sample it too. Was a fun time. And I want to thank my husband and family for supporting me in going back to school. I couldn't do without you, and thank you so much for your love and support.
Our next graduate is Kaya Jolly. She is getting pinned by her sister Kinley.
My name is Kaya Jolly. I am from Cowley, Wyoming originally. And after graduation, I am working as a full-time x-ray tech at Cheyenne Regional Medical Center. So just for now, I hope to continue to fine-tune my x-ray skills for the next few years and eventually look into CT in the future. A fun fact about me, I have a twin sister, Kinley, who has been one of my biggest supporters throughout this program and throughout life in general, and I'm just very grateful to have her here today to support me. The most memorable experience I've had in this program was meeting my best friend, Ladana, and driving to clinical every day and just rocking out to our music in the spring semester as first-year students. And lastly, I would just like to thank, again, Ladana, Maddie, Sam, and Vada for befriending me in this program and sticking beside me through the ups and downs of these past 2 years. I would also like to thank my family, who's been generous enough to support me through school. And finally, I would like to thank Ashley and Casey for being great teachers who have helped me grow more than I could imagine these past 2 years. Thank you.
Next is Pamela LaRue. She will be pinned by her husband Don and kids Aiden and Lila.
Hi, my name is Pamela LaRue. I am originally from Tennessee, but I have lived in Cheyenne for a little over 5 years. After graduation, I plan on continuing my education and getting certified in mammography. I am also planning to move in the fall, so I'm excited for all of the opportunities that are going to come along with that. A little known fact about me is that I am a first-generation college graduate. So I'm really proud of everything I've accomplished so far. My most memorable experiences that I've had in the program have come from our class trips to Vegas for the ACERT conferences. I feel like we as a class really bonded and got to know each other really well. I would like to thank Ashley and Casey for pouring their blood, sweat, and tears into making sure that we're all successful. Most of all, I would like to thank my husband, who took on all of the extra responsibilities of the house so that I could pretty much lock myself in my room and work on assignments and study for tests. So I would not have been able to do as well without his help. So I'm very grateful.
Next, we have Roxanne Martin. She's getting pinned by her nephews Lincoln and Bader.
Hello, my name is Roxanne Martin. I'm from Grand Junction, Colorado, but I've lived in Laramie for the last 12 years. After graduation, I plan to continue my career at Edmonton Memorial Hospital, where I'll be cross-training into CT and pursuing my registry. A fun fact or a little known fact about me is that I'm the middle sibling of 3. Before I get into it, I just want to say that this program has taught me humility, confidence, and that I can do the hard things. My most memorable experiences in the program were our conference trips to Vegas for ACERT, where I learned more about my classmates and got to cheer them on both years in the competitions. I would first like to thank Ashley and Casey, or as they like to say, our rad mommies, for their snacks, support, and knowledge that they've given me. I'd like to thank my mom, Jill, and stepdad, Kirk, for constantly supporting me, listening to my rants, and motivating me in every stage of the program. I'd like to shout out my sister, Tammy, her husband, Chris, and my nephews, Lincoln and Bader, for unconditional love, game nights between study time, listening ears, and helping with my car troubles. I'd like to thank my brother, Elias, for being my go-to person when I need to laugh and be reminded that life shouldn't be taken so seriously. I'd like to thank my partner, Brady, for being my rock and supporting me through the ups and the downs of the program and spending hours reading me flashcards and tests with words that were a foreign language to him. And I'd like to thank his parents, Karina, his stepdad, Alex, his sister, Brittany, and niece, Marley, for their unconditional love and encouragement. I'd like to thank my classmates for their unconditional support, with a special thanks to Alexis and Christina for being there not only in the classroom but outside, as well as becoming my breakfast dates at the end of the semester, and a huge part of my support system. I'd like to thank my coworkers who have given me advice and tough love, and lastly, my cat Wolfie and dog Max for being my emotional support. Thank you all.
And last but certainly not least, we have Kinsey Reed. She'll be pinned by her brother, Nick.
Hi, my name is Kinsey. I am from Cody, Wyoming, and after graduation, I plan to move back to Cody and work at the hospital to get cross-trained in CT, MR, and Mammo. I was also accepted into the Healthcare Administration Bachelor's program here at LCCC, which will start in August. I have a lot of great memories from the past 2 years. My favorite ones probably shouldn't be shared, but if I could pick one out, it would be driving to WSRT and hydroplaning a minivan and then lightning striking next to the interstate and starting a fire simultaneously. I also really enjoyed all the unique words that Casey's vocabulary consists of, like tee-hee, and the most recent one was flub. I would like to thank my family for supporting me and Ashley and Casey for being my X-ray parents. I really enjoyed the past few years with you guys, so thank you very much.
So we would like to take a moment to recognize the work of our clinical sites, clinical supervisors, and staff technologists. They've all helped shape our graduates into the rad technologists that they are today.
We would, maybe hold this because we're going to say some more things. We'd also like to express our appreciation to the Board of Trustees, administration, commas are important. Board of Trustees, administration, with special thanks to our deans, Starla Mason and Dr. O, and the members of the Radiography Advisory Committee for their continued support of the LCCC radiography program. Now I'll ask the graduates to come to the front of the room. Bring one of these graduates, come to the front of the room. I didn't tell you were doing this, but.
Pop quiz, final pop quiz.
Final pop quiz. There's a radiologic technologist oath that I'd like us all to read. Yeah. So you're going to read this all together. And thank you guys for all coming. Thank you for your support of these graduates. We are sure that the class of 2024 will do us proud and make big impacts in our community and our profession. Please feel free to join us next door for a little reception. Do you guys want to stay up? We're going to get a picture with you.
Yay!